My name is Victor Galvan. As you've heard, I'm an immigrant rights leader, and I'm a touring Motus Theater autobiographical monologist. Before we get started, I'm actually going to need your help. This is an interactive monologue, so I'm going to actually need you to be a part of it. All right? I'm actually going to go back off stage, behind the curtain, and I'm going to come back in as if I'm walking into a press conference. So feel free to act as if you've been waiting to see me. Act like paparazzi, bring out your phones, take pictures, give me tons of applause. I'm the person you've been waiting to see. So, enough so that I have to calm you down, And hey, let's have some fun with this. It's not often you get to cheer on an undocumented person on a stage like this. All right? Are you ready? All right.
Okay, he's here, the man you've all been waiting for. Please welcome Victor Galvan.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It is so good to be here on August 7th, 2035, making the announcement that I've been dreaming of for decades. But I gotta be honest, I never really thought that we'd make it here. Just to think back on those terrifying years under the Trump presidency. Masked ICE agents, abusive detention centers, people being sent to gulags in Sudan and El Salvador, and then watching as these human rights abuses spread across our country, affecting so many different groups of people, immigrants and non-immigrants alike. But it was during this decade of disintegrating democracy that I realized how much I love this country and how much I want to work towards the beautiful America I know is possible. I grew up in Denver, and I've considered Colorado my home my entire life. I've lived there long enough to see 7 different names on the Broncos Stadium. I've negotiated 21 years of living without status and then receiving DACA, having to renew it over 10 times, and then tragically losing it again and almost being deported. But now, after years of fear and struggle, challenging my congresspeople, fighting for immigrant rights, coalition building, civil disobedience, and taking to the streets with so many of you in my movement family. At the age of 45, in the year 2035, I am finally an American citizen. I, Victor Galvan, am an American citizen. Thank you. But I didn't call you here to this press conference today to announce that I was naturalized, but because after over 20 years of waiting, I'm launching my candidacy for Congress. So join me. Victor for Congress. Victor for Congress. Victor for Congress. Victor for Congress. All right, that was fun. But let's bring it back to reality. Calm down, I know. It's 2025. I'm actually 35 years old. I'm not on the ballot. I'm not a United States citizen. Every 2 years, I have to hand over all of my information to our government. I gather $600 and beg my own country to renew my DACA and not detain or deport me. And that's terrifying. I'm angry because growing up in Colorado as a kid, I was told you can be anything you want to be. If you work hard enough, if you dream big. And I worked hard, and I dreamed big. But what they failed to tell me was that there's an immigration checkpoint at the gates to Fantasyland. And the more I see how fragile our democracy is, how little my humanity counts, and how much mob momentum is built on demonizing me and my family, the more scared I am. That's not easy to admit because I'm an immigrant rights leader, and my battle cry is and has always been that I'm undocumented and unafraid. Undocumented and unafraid. Undocumented, unafraid. But I do have fear. I'm afraid that one day my mother will be taken away from me by ICE. I'm afraid that I will be sent to an unknown country I have no connection to. And the truth is, after 16 years of working in the immigrant rights field and living in this country as a Mexican-American person with DACA, I'm holding so much trauma. When I was working at the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition, I was working to support immigrant families who, after decades in this country, some with children and even grandchildren, were just suddenly sent into detention. The phone would just ring and ring with one terrified person after another seeking help. One man's story still haunts me. He was a good father here in Colorado, and they picked him up at his home under an order of removal. Within 36 hours, they moved him to Texas and then to New Mexico. And in New Mexico, they forced him to sign a voluntary departure. I saw the paper he had signed. It was grotesque. It was completely crumpled up. There were scribble lines all over it. I don't know what they did to him, but I knew him. He was not the kind of man who would have left his wife and 4 children without a fight. And looking at that broken signature, I fear that a fight with a few detention guards is exactly what they gave him. And the hardest thing about trying to help people at that job was that the deportations and the human rights abuses were being done on such a massive level that the individual just started to bleed into an abyss, and each unique case ceased to matter. And that hurts, because each one of those individuals is a very real person with real dreams like me. Look at me. I mean, really, look at me. I'm here. I'm brave. I'm funny. I care. I'm patriotic. Are you going to be okay if they tear me out of my bed and away from my family in the middle of the night? Would you go along with the media and believe that I'm a part of a criminal invasion that doesn't deserve compassion? Do I look like an alien to you? Am I just expendable? Or is my loss just another number on your news feed? Sorry. There's this saying, if you're not at the table, then you're on the menu. I'm done with my community serving as a political diversion and a scapegoat so that we can justify exploiting working class people. And I'm done asking people to care about my community to make change. Once again, I'm being asked to look to the Democratic Party as my only source of hope, but I can no longer put my hopes and my survival on good-intentioned politicians who have never known what it's like to be me. They've never known what it's like to plead at the thrones of power just to be seen as a human being. And even when they say they care, think nothing of allowing my community to be hunted down and round up. I'm done. From now on, I'm going to work to make sure that courageous patriots who care about all working class people are put into positions of power. I cannot tell you how much Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez meant to me in 2018 during that year of what felt like endless deportations. She had nothing in the way of media or money when she decided to take on a 10-term incumbent congressman. She ran her campaign out of the restaurant where she's a waitress. A woman whose mother cleaned houses and drove a school bus like many of our mothers. But she completely rewrote the menu when she won on a campaign of Medicare for all, federal job guarantee, a Green New Deal, free public college, a 70% marginal tax rate on incomes above $10 million, criminal justice reform, and abolishing U.S. immigration and customs enforcement. A young woman of color from the Bronx playing a rich man's game. She beat her chest and said, yeah, we're gonna do this. She was no longer willing to wait on others at the table. Instead, she took off her apron and she took her seat at the table. And that inspires me, because that is my story. That's our story. If you tell me that I can't, I will anyway. And I don't care what you think or that this system is rigged against us. When you tell me to dream big, I take that to heart, because that is what I believe America is supposed to be about. And I do matter. I am worth it. So you can take my picture and you can cheer, because when my community counts, democracy and human rights also count. So join me. What do we do when our community is under attack? We stand up, fight back. What do we do when immigrant rights are under attack? Stand up. What do we do when basic human dignity is under attack? Stand up, fight back, stand up. 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 Welcome to our table. I can't wait till you see what's on the menu.